Stepping inside from the patio side, I always like to see the electrical and the plumbing system in a feels good underfoot. You put a little water in, you do your business in here without feeling confined. This is kind of see the system working. Next up, let's talk about options, warranty, and the van chassis itself. Sadly, I have to give this back. It was really cool.
Thank you. We need this.
In this video, I'm going to walk you through very thoroughly of this brand new 2025 Noovo Lite. Noovo is kind of new on the scene, and I'm telling you, they're making some great camper vans. Wait until you see inside. We're going to show you that first, and then come outside, because I think all the juice is on the inside. Hey, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Scott Watson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, all about van life. If you're into van life, travel, products, places, van tours, please subscribe to the channel. We're growing like crazy right now, and it'd be an honor to have you and your trust in me and our growing Go Small, Live Large community. Let me jump inside and show you that first. Stepping inside from the patio side, there's a couple things to notice right away. One is an outlet down here, and then a very large table that's held on by this magnet actually, by this strap system with the big weight on the other side. Super clever, just like that. One thing you're going to see right away is this curved elegance throughout the van. Even the cabinets, the table, all of this has curves, which is not easy to do. It's more expensive, but man, does it feel great. Let's step in and show you around. It's got a big running board here with cleats. So you don't want to step in with bare feet because it's actually kind of hard on the feet. Adds this beautiful cushioned, woven vinyl mat. This is on the all-new Ram ProMaster chassis. It's a 3500 extended. It's about 21 feet in length. Clearly, the cab seats spin around, so this becomes living space. Up above, we have what's affectionately known as the pizza oven. Lots of storage up here. Above me is the Max Air fan. Just let you take a look at this for a minute. It's quite stunning. And stay to the very end, because I do a technical specifications pop-out video where I run through all of the technical specifications, capacities, stuff like that. Okay, continuing the tour. This is a great example of innovation here. This is a extendable table. So this extends out. This is always fun one-handed. So it goes out like that, and it will go to several positions, including all the way out here. So if you're doing a big cooking event, this becomes countertop extension. But if you're just having friends for supper and cocktails and cards, you can get one adult, two, three adults, maybe two small kids around this table. But wait, there's more. This actually converts into a bed. Oh yeah, let me show you that. So the table lifts off the ridge. The pole comes off very simply. And then there's a second rail right down here. Can you see that? Let me unplug this thing. So we're going to put the table on this rail, and then this becomes a support. Let's push the chair back a little bit further. There we go. And then what I've done is pull the cushions out of the storage cabinet below or behind, and that's how you go. Pretty clever to have a convertible sofa, well, convertible dinette into a bed for a small person. I'm kind of used to that. I have that in my Travado. They don't do that anymore, but here they got it. I see this table arrangement in the great room more and more, and I'm glad to see it. Looking above the table, we have copious amounts of storage. And what's unique here is that they've curved this up. So even with this thing chock full of stuff, when you open this up, it's not going to fall out because it's got this lip, if you will, to hold your things in. Very clever. There is an option for a Starlink system, Starlink, I should say, and this probably accesses the roof with a pre-drilled hole. That's my guess. What I like about this is kind of the layering effect of the surfaces. So you have a nice wall here, then a shelf, a little bit more of a surface change here, and then padding. And it just gives a really quality feel, not just a sheet of plastic, and then the windows attached to the plastic panel. All the windows are awning style, which means they have multiple positions, like that. And they're really clear. So it's a beautiful vantage point. And even in a gentle rain, no wind, you can leave this open and you can have the rain smells come in. I love those without getting water in your van. Now these do have pull down shades and bug screens. So you can click these together, do this. It's pretty awesome. But wait, there's more. And that is, if you're in a situation where you want security but want fresh air, these have a little tab here. See that? So it leaves the window ajar just a bit. So with your fan, you can pull in fresh air right from a very much secured and locked window. Pretty awesome. And then to undo that, you just pull them all the way closed. And now it's secure. If you didn't see it down here, we've got bookshelves put into the wall, which is super great access, power, USB, and USB-C. This is pretty awesome. A little bit of hidden storage in the floor. Get a few pair of shoes in there probably. Again, this is a good example of the really quality build. So this is a marine grade plywood. And then this is kind of the woven mat. It's got a little bit of spring to it, and I really like it. It really feels good underfoot. This is a system for the Ryzen heat and hot water system, so there's no storage here. This is another clever way to give an access panel to shower components. Again, they didn't have to take all this time and money to make that happen, but it looks cool. Some people I've seen put a big picture over this to kind of hide it. That would be a good idea. Looking at the galley, and then we'll talk systems. What I find pretty cool is that they have all these analog buttons. So they press on, press off, and this one actually does the light strip above the galley, and this one does the lights above the great room. Induction cooktop built in, lots and lots of storage, quality dovetail, soft close, very deep, and very, very deep. I always like to see the electrical and the plumbing system in a van build to see what it is like. I think it's a good sign of a quality builder that makes it look like residential plumbing and electricity. What is this doing in here? I spent the night in this van. Yeah, we did a trilogy, 3 videos on this 2025 Noovo Lite. And you want to see all of those videos. It's this tour and technical specifications video, number 1. Number 2, it's my overnight experience from dusk to dawn, eating, sleeping, having breakfast, coffee, getting ready for the day. You don't want to miss that. That gives you an idea of what the floor plan looks like, feels like when you're traveling. And third video is a highlights. So you don't want to miss any of those videos rolled out over a few weeks apart. Thanks for watching all of them. Let's keep moving. It's just a beautiful view. Imagine you're in a forest with a little bit of a lake, or you're in Sedona looking at the rocks. Oh yeah. So hand towel, this is the water pump button, pretty cool. This is power clearly. I really like their sink implementation. It's about the right size. It's super deep. And it has a residential style faucet. Love that. This is filtered purified water. So you can drink from the 40-gallon, you heard that right, 40 gallons of onboard water. We'll put this back. Up here again, we have some a storage space. Before I hit the bathroom, let's finish the galley. Good point. We have a microwave oven up here, nicely sized up above. This is a Vitro Frigo fridge and freezer system. This comes from Italy. Nice size. You can cram a lot in here for a few days of camping. A little bit of a freezer. This is one of my favorite features of the van. Oh yeah, a pull-out pantry. And these are tall enough, this one and this one, you can actually get wine bottles in. That's pretty cool. Or maybe some bourbon. Bourbon go up here. Some of those bourbon bottles are pretty tall too. But this is, what I like about it is it's a hard back. And then you got these aluminum rods that keep things from moving around. It's just, I mean, that is a lot of storage, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about that. And then again, it's soft close. So nice. And down below the pantry are really large drawers for food, pots and pans. And there's even one down here. This is clever. This is a little tiny step, probably what, 7 inches? I'd help you get up into the bed. It is a bit of a lift to get up in there, but man, that little tiny step makes a really nice difference. And one thing that I think is super clever here is that they've integrated a pass-through door for the garage storage from the inside. So maybe you have tables, chairs, a little cabana type of pop-up tent. Maybe you have a dog kennel, maybe you have a cat box. So this can be accessed from the inside and from the outside. Pretty smart. Rounding out the storage. Wardrobe. And yet another wardrobe. Probably put some shelves in there if you want. And then looking at the bathroom, this thing is really amazing. First of all, it's waterproof. No shower curtain needed. It's a wet bath, meaning you are showering with your best friend. This is a Thetford wet flush toilet, which means you put a little water in, you do your business, you flush it, you flush it with this handle, and the water and waste go into the tank, and you're done. The cassette toilet holds 5 gallons. You access it from the outside. We'll show you that in a minute. Towel hooks, a lighted bathroom fan, really nice. A residential style faucet. Leave the light on. Let me demo the toilet and the shower for you in terms of height. So I'm going to step in, and it's got a recessed floor, which is real nice, versus the toilet height. So if we're doing the toilet, this is a nice amount of space. Let's see what that feels like. Yeah, you can definitely do your business in here without feeling confined. And then for showering purposes, you'd have all this space. You might, if you're on the larger size, might need to sit to shower. But I think if you can do some yoga moves, you can use the wand and just get all soaped up in here and then rinse. It does have an on-off button, which is pretty nice. It's really cool. I love this door. Self-cleaning. So waterproof shower. Nice job, Noovo. The way the bedroom works, again, it's a fixed bed. This is your fuse panel, by the way. There we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. Easy access. This is a fixed bed, meaning it's not a Murphy bed. It's put on the platform, and you saw the garage storage underneath it. This is what it's called an RV queen size bed. So we'll put the dimensions right here. This is your headboard, which is pretty nice. And as you're laying here with your spouse, this is your view out the window into the surrounding forest area. You got a light here on off. Super nice. Power, USB-C, and then power 110 here. More storage up above. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this cabinet, it's kind of hard to tell. This cabinet is a little bit lower, giving a little bit more storage than this one. So you're not bumping your head when you're getting in or out of bed. We'll see this from the outside, the screen situation. Also included is a Truma Aventa air conditioning. This is one of the best on the market currently. Very quiet, very powerful, 110 volt. Memory foam mattress. I did sleep here last night in my sleeping gear, and I can tell you this was just a lovely night of sleep. Let's close those. Let's give you one more chance to see all this before we step outside. And before we do that, let me show you some of the systems here. So they are using Victron Energy. This is for all of your electrical needs and your fresh water tank, currently at 89% filled. This is kind of see the system working. It's pretty awesome. I'm plugged into shore power. I'm not super familiar with this system, so I'll have to learn more. This is the Ryzen system. This is really awesome. This gives you an electric, this gives you an electric furnace. This is my owie finger, sorry. So electric furnace pulling off of electrical element. And then this is the furnace pulling off gasoline chassis fuel source. Pretty awesome. Fan speed is auto, you can change that. This is the room temp currently, and this is how you set the temperature. Pretty awesome. And it also has instant on hot water and kind of unlimited until you run out or fill your great tank. This is for the awning. Out, well, it's on or off, and then extend or retract. This is the light for the awning. Let's see. And if I hit the switch, we can see them go on or off. And because the gray water is outside, they have a tank warmer button. So you turn this on and then it warms your tank so the tanks don't freeze. The fresh water is inside. What do you think so far? Pretty cool. Let me know what your favorite feature is on this 2025 Noovo Lite. They make 3 flavors of Noovo. The Lite, the Plus, which is a 7-foot interior where there's actually a lift bed down here under or above a dinette set, and the Pop Top, the Pop, Noovo Pop, which gives a tent on top of the van, which is really cool. I got to spend the night in one of those in a road trek, and I got to tell you, my next van that I'm personally buying is going to have a Pop Top because it's so cool being in a tent on top of your van. Let me show you outside. It's just so inviting, this great room. Okay, outside we have another rail here, or a running board, another awning style window. Really nice, subtle, handsome badging. Hey everybody, what's up? This is an option to have Rover van gear installed at the factory. This is the storage box. This is a multi panel, so you can attach other items, including a bike rack. And if we go on this side quick, again, this is a factory option. Have a spare tire because ProMaster does not come with a spare tire, and you got a ladder to scamper up on the roof to clean your systems. You got solar up there. You got the Truma system. Visit rovervans.com to see what this is in detail. It's kind of cute. And you can see the factory options at Noovo Life, Life.com. Panels, insulation. This is the bed we saw. This is the bug screen. They use Bugwall as a brand. This is where you quick connect your water to clean off gear, hose down the dog, maybe chill down your spouse if they're a little hot. Copious amounts of storage, accessible from the outside or the inside. I love the badging here, so nice. A little bit of storage up here, so nice. Look at the quality of this woodwork for the mattress platform. These are, let's see if I can get this. Yes, on the lithium system, they're using Lithionics batteries and Victron control systems. So pretty nice setup there. Again, when you look at the electrical systems, I think it's a good indicator of how quality of a job they've done putting this together. This button controls the lighting. Got an outlet here, so if you're cooking out here, you can do things here. So coming around this side, we have, I love this feature. First of all, they're at an appropriate height. You're not having to get on your hands and knees down here. This is a locking water, fresh water fill. So awesome. This is a smart plug that locks in tight and no arcing, no shorting out. The wheels and tires are an option. So if you want this look, it's really handsome. This is the exhaust for the Ryzen system. Again, it's powered by chassis fuel gasoline. This is the cassette toilet. You unlatch this and it pulls out. You've probably seen this before, don't need to demo that, but this is where the toilet waste goes. You take this out and you dump it into an appropriate spot. This is the gray water empty. Hook up and empty your tank. That's kind of what it looks like. Lowest point's usually the axle. And you have another running board here. A very handsome van. Not overly RV looking, in my opinion. Welcome to the specs pop-out video of the Noovo Lite. I like to do this to really call attention to the specifications and some of the elements of the rig that many of you ask for, and I love to share. We're going to start with some pricing, some brand information, where to buy this, how to buy it, and how many does the van seat and sleep. MSRP, they have transparent pricing, which means everybody pays the same price. This is something that was started by Storyteller some years ago, and this starts at $162,900 based on what kind of options you want. We're going to talk about that. The brand again is Noovo. These are built in Las Vegas, Nevada. Their website is NouvoLife.com. Nouveau is how you say the word new in French, although it's spelled very differently. The dealer in this case, we'd like to thank Sunshine State RVs in Gainesville, Florida, for loaning me this rig for the video trilogy that we did on this. Their website is sunshinestate.rvs.com. Tell them Scott sent you. They'll take really good care of you. How do you buy it? You can buy actually factory direct at Noovo or at Sunshine State RVs. Currently, Sunshine is the only authorized dealer for a Noovo, and you can buy from the factory. Everybody, again, pays the same price. So you're really kind of looking at some of the benefits that a dealer like Sunshine State RVs provides you beyond the purchase of the actual vehicle. This does seat 2 in 3-point seat belts in the cab. There is an optional 1 lap belt that sits at the dinette, so you can sleep 2 in the primary bed, but if you're bringing a small adult child with you in that secondary seat that does convert to a bed, you saw that, you can actually seat 3 and sleep 3 depending on if you get it configured like that. Pretty cool. All right, let's look at the RV systems, because this is a big deal for a lot of people, including me. Looking at RV systems, these are all pretty typical in a standard camper van motorhome. The Noovo Lite has 0 propane. There is no propane on board, so this is a not applicable specification. Also, A generator is not an option. No generator on board. You're using the lithium system. So again, this is not applicable. Freshwater is 40 gallons. That is under the bed on the driver's side, I do believe. Gray is also 40 gallons, and this is on the exterior of the van, underneath the van. The great thing here is they've wrapped the tank with warming pads, so it is truly 4-season capable from a water and waste storage capacity. You know what I mean. The cassette toilet is about a 5-gallon cassette toilet. You're probably familiar with those. The location is external access door on the driver's side of the van, and that's where you empty the black tank. Solar, it has 400 watts of solar on the roof, which is pretty good for a van. And again, this is on the roof, not surprising, but what's cool is they've made an optional free exterior solar port on the side of the van. So if you want to put a larger array out, keeping the van in the shade and the solar being harvested in the sunlight, this is a nice way to do that with that free optional solar port. Lithium, it gets a little interesting. They have 660 amp hours of lithium. Lithionics is the brand. With some Victron components. However, you can actually double this to get 1,320 amp hours. This is a $10,000 upgrade to double the lithium, which gives considerable extra capacity. There is no secondary alternator. It runs off the traditional alternator that comes with the van engine chassis itself. The inverter is 3,000 watts, which is really large. And why is that? Is because you can run the microwave and the air conditioner at the same time. Some of these have pretty anemic inverters, which means that the customer has to choose between a consumptive appliance being used off the battery, such as the air conditioner. If you want the microwave to run for a few minutes, you have to turn the AC off to run the microwave because the inverter won't handle a 24, 25, 2600 watt consumptive situation. So this is very smart. Way to go, Noovo. And this is all under the bed on the passenger side. Next up, let's talk about options, warranty, and the van chassis itself. Looking at options, the best way to explain this is I've got a few different kind of packages. One is the, I'm going to call the tire wheel package. This is kind of an adventure van style wheels and the BF Goodrich K03 all-terrain tires, which I run on my rig and really like that. That's an option. There's a whole bunch of exterior van gear, storage boxes, ladders, tire holders, bike racks, roof racks. So what I'd recommend is going to Noovo's website, NoovoLife.com, to see what the options are there. And we talked about the optional lithium upgrade, double on the lithium. And they even have a couple options on the toilet. If you don't want cassette, Lavio is an option I know that one customer has. So a number of options there. Again, starting price about 163 grand. You're getting quite a bit of van for that. Builder warranty, this is pretty nice. It's 3 years or 36,000 miles, which is the same as the chassis. Good job, Noovo. That is one of the better ones in the business, and I'm really happy to see this. A lot of these have really anemic time or miles as part of their warranty program. Looking at the chassis, this is the Ram ProMaster 3500 high roof, not super high roof, which Noovo does build on. It's a gasoline engine, 6-cylinder, front wheel drive only. There is no all-wheel drive option. There is no four-wheel drive option because Ram has been, probably always will be, a front wheel drive only. Fuel is 24 gallons of gasoline. I actually prefer that because diesel can be kind of fussy with the the DEF fluid and all that business. Okay, looking at the exterior dimensions of the vehicle, it's about 21 feet long. The width is coming in at 6 feet 9 inches, and the height is 9 feet 4 inches. What's cool about the Ram ProMaster, it's the widest of the 3 chassis, Sprinter, ProMaster, and Transit. It's also the shortest on the outside, and those 4 extra inches of interior width, if you don't need the interior height clearance, makes a difference in your build, the spaciousness, etc. Clearance on the Noovo Lite is 7.5 inches. The gross vehicle weight rating is 9,360 pounds with an occupant cargo carrying capacity of 1,160 pounds. That's everything. You, the dog, the spouse, the food, the water, all in 1,100, about 1,200 pounds of cargo carrying capacity. The hitch on the ProMaster, very typical. This kind of goes across the board, is 2,500 on the tow capacity, which is not a ton. I think the Sprinter has the most, and the vertical tongue weight is 500 pounds. So if you're putting it like a basket into the tow, hitch, tongue, the amount of downward force maximum is 500 pounds. And we talked about the warranty of the van itself. So that covers the Ram ProMaster 3500, a very popular platform. The motorhomes are being built on these days, both in Europe and in the United States. Good job, Ram ProMaster. So I hope you enjoyed that tour and the technical specifications of this 2025 Noovo Lite. I'm just really pleased to see this type of van on the market in America. It's very European for me, and that's what we like, a little bit of competition in the marketplace, right? Thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't got your journey on, well, it's 2025. We say get your journey on, and if you've already hit the road, continue to journey on. Peace be with you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Good news.
Yes.
No crashing, no number 2.
There we go. I love it. I love it. I know I can always count on you, Scott.
I love it. And I got to tell you, it's probably one of the nicest vans I've been in quite a while.
That's cool.
It's really impressive. I'm all about the great room, which is kind of a front lounge up front. And it's so European inspired.
Yep.
And the quality, the fit and the finish is really cool.
How do you like the rounded edges everywhere?
It's so nice.
Yeah,
it's just,
nice,
it's so elegant. It's refined, but it's not overly polished.
Mm-hmm.
The mattress was incredibly soft
and,
and firm. I was a little surprised.
Well, because it's a fixed bed, it's a thicker mattress, which really makes it more comfortable. What do you think all the storage underneath the bed there?
Stupid amounts of storage.
Yes, yes.
And the pull-up pantry, I always think a road truck about that, but the pantry, the restroom, it was so lovely. It really did a nice job. I was very impressed. Let me give you it back. Sadly, I have to give this back. It was really cool.
Thank you. We need this.